Jefferson County Court of Law number 2 is back in session. We have before us 6 cases, all the style of state of Texas versus Marshall Key, Washington. First case is cause number 320866. Second case is cause number 323394. Third case is cause number 329800. Fourth case is cause number 331830. Fifth case is cause number 331832. And the sixth case is cause number 331834. And again, all 6 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Marshall Key, Washington. Mr. Washington, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Washington, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
So help me God.
Yes. Okay, you may put your hand down. Mr. Washington, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Washington, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Tom Burbank. Attorney Burbank, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Washington, in cause number 320866, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This document was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about September 28 of 2018, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault, family violence. Mr. Washington, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge, Mr. Washington, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
No
No contest, Your Honor.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Washington, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. On page 2 of this document, there are 2 sets of initials. One set of initials is TB. That's your attorney's initials. Next to that, your attorney's initials, there are a set of initials MW. Mr. Washington, did you place your initials on this document next to your
Yes, sir.
initials? Okay, and they're on the line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Now, Mr. Washington, on the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Washington, did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
And at the top of this document, there are 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Mr. Washington, did you sign a document on paper out there that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir, I did.
Now, Mr. Washington, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I have just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir, he did.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir, I did.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Washington, let's see. Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Washington?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, state. I have before me State's Exhibit number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. Would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1 and State's Exhibit number 2, the probable cause affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections to states 1 and 2, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibits number 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Burbank, you have advised and counseled Mr. Washington. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Washington, your attorney, Mr. Burbank, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, I am.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir, he have.
Mr. Washington, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 60 days time served with court costs to be taxed and retired.
Mr. Washington, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because, thank you. You will not have to serve any more time in jail on this case because you've already served 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. And the court cost in this case is $392, but you will not have to pay the $392 because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Now, state, are you dismissing the remaining cases?
Yes, Your Honor. I should have mentioned that prior. Part of this agreement was also that the state will dismiss case numbers 323, 394, 329, 800, 331, 830, 331, 832, and 331, 834. And the defendant he had also pled on a felony charge and he will be heading to the penitentiary.
Okay. Now, Mr. Washington,
Yes, sir.
I'll just repeat the state's offer. The state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you've already served 60 days. Therefore, you will be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $392, but you will not have to pay the $392 because the time that you have spent in jail has already paid it off. Now, the following cases, cause number the following cases will be dismissed, and they are cause number 323, 394, cause number 329, 800, cause number 331, 830, cause number 331, 832, and cause number 331, 834. Mr. Washington, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir, it is.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, Mr. Washington, I'll follow the pre-bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Washington, because this case is a assault family violence, in accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you or warns you of the following. Number one, you are by entry of order or judgment ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Number two, beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Number three, under Texas Penal Code Section 46.013A, firearms mean any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife blade or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is one, an antique or carry firearm manufactured before 1899, or 2, a replica of an antique or carry firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.292, Magistrate's Order for Emergency Protection, Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence, Penal Code Section 46.02, Unlawful Carrying Weapons, Penal Code Section 46.04, Unlawful Possession of Firearm, Penal Code Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective orders. Now, Mr. Washington, you should get a copy of this ammunition at the jail. There are some there. This will conclude your cases. You are free to go, follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Burbank, this is your last set of cases. You are free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
You too, Judge. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Ham.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Have a fine day.
I think